Hi guys, my name's Seb and welcome back to Let's Geek It Out, and today I'm going to be choosing my next army. So in my Flesh Eater Court's army reveal video, I asked you guys to leave a comment below saying what army I should do next. So let's have a look at some of those comments. So we've got Lord Commander Joe with 40k, One I Can Hobby with 40k, Paint Tabletop Standard with AOS, but 40k for the algorithm, Jazz Wayner Gardener with 40k, Zachary Allen with 40k, Me the Baker with 40k, and there's a load more. My next game system is going to be Warhammer 40k. In my last video, I did say I already had an army in mind. However, because I'm going to be painting 2,000 points, I want to have a double check, see what else is about before I go all in on one army. So let's get to it. So in the 40k universe, there's loads of different armies. I knew my decision would be difficult because I have to choose just one. At the top of the list was the Space Marines. These guys are the poster boys of Warhammer 40k. And for that reason they immediately grabbed my attention. I looked through various different chapters as there was so much variety, but these are the ones that really stood out to me. Firstly was the Ultramarines, who are considered the most honoured chapter, the Blood Angels, who are known for their thirst for blood in battle. Outside of the Space Marine faction, I looked at the armies of Imperium. There was only really one standout faction for me here, and that was the Adeptus Custodes. I like the Custodes due to their golden armour and being the first port of call for protecting the Emperor. Also, painting these guys would be super easy due to their low model count and their gold armour. After researching both in depth for a while, I decided I was going to go for the Space Marines, but now I had to choose a chapter. Although I did study the lore, which of course was very important, to me it was all about choosing an army I like the look of the most, because if I'm painting 2,000 points worth, I can't get bored of painting them halfway through because it's a lot of models. At first I really like the look of the Space Wolves. These guys are essentially futuristic Vikings. Also, being an avid Norse mythology fan, these guys really stood out to me and I thought they looked really cool. But I felt other factions had more to offer. I then looked further into the Blood Angels, the Black Templars and the Grey Knights. But there was one chapter that really stood out to me. This chapter was at the top of my list now, and this was the army I was going to move forward with. So the chapter I've decided to move forward with is the Dark Angels. These models looked absolutely awesome. I love the darker aesthetic that was almost slightly grimdark, and they had some fantastic HQ models. The HQ models, Lionel Johnson, Azrael and Asmodai, looked great. And also the Deathwing models look fantastic. Although it may not be awfully practical on the battlefield, the idea of having a complete army of Terminators was really cool. I also took a deep dive into the lore of these guys and it was so cool. I'd absolutely recommend looking at some of these books. The stories that were my favourite were The Rage of Asmodai, The Trials of Azrael and Malediction. The Dark Angels are an awesome army. The lore, the models, the paint scheme, everything appealed to me, and that's why I'm choosing these guys. In the next video, I'll be making a start on this army. Comment down below what unit you'd like to see me paint first. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.